Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Kayaking Fishing. Today we are going to be taking my kayak here, and we are going to be paddling up to the dam behind me. You can't see it, it's down there right on the other side of that woods. There's a very large river, and we're going to be paddling all the way up to the dam to see if we can catch some sturgeon, maybe some bass, walleye, a couple of muskies maybe if we get really lucky. And we are going to be heading up there today with only worms and tube jigs to see what happens. One of the reasons I'm so excited about fishing here today is because this place was actually closed to fishing until today. This place was placed as a fishing refuge until today. Today it finally opens, so we are going to get down in here as soon as possible, and we're going to catch as many fish as we can. First things first, before I even get in here, I am going to try to spray up with some spray, because the bugs are mean on this river. Alright, so we made it down the huge staircase here with the kayak. I just kind of walked it down as I came, but here we are down at the river here. Big river, St. Croix River. Looks a little bit high, but that's okay. We're actually going to be going straight upriver towards the dam where the water comes out and fishing below that. So once I get closer to that point, we'll be back. Alright, well, it was a very hard paddle, but we did get up by the dam. You guys have no idea how much rapids I just paddled against to get here. Holy! Oh, but now that we made it, with our rig we got going here, we got 3 poles with us, we got our tackle box, we got some worms, we got tube jigs, pretty much everything we need. Now we just gotta catch a fish. Now we just gotta catch a fish. Alright. I'm gonna actually just grab my tube jig here and go up the shoreline for a minute. See if we can make something happen with that here first. Oh man, I'm gassed. There is this water, I don't know if you guys can really see this, but this water is moving very fast. And there's a big outlet just on the other side of this little island here that's really fast. So I kind of had to go out in the middle of the current to paddle upstream to get to this bigger, slower water. And your boy almost didn't make it, so we here. Hopefully we can catch a couple fish today. I don't know what the hell that was. Okay. Probably gonna get snagged in the first 5 minutes, but that's okay. That was a fish that just hit that actually. Oh yeah, and by the way, we are using still the yellow tube jig with the green fleck. Same one we used when we were at the last spot with the culvert. If we catch any fish today, I will be very happy. I've been very excited to come to this spot because it's been closed off as a fishing sanctuary since the beginning of fishing opener, so nobody could come down here and fish. And today, June 15th, it's the first day that it's open. And let me tell you, there is a lot of people here. Nobody over here, 'cause nobody can get to this island. You literally have to be in a kayak to get to this island I'm on. Something keeps tapping right there. I don't know what it is, but we're gonna catch it, whatever it is. Let's recast that. Got my water shoes on today. A little later, we're gonna work our way up towards the dam itself. Got one. There we go. Oh yeah, nice smallie. smallmouth bass, little guy, or girl, I suppose. We are going to be catching the tail end of the spawn for the bass right now. And the reason they did this section of river is from the dam up here all the way down. There's a really big bridge, I don't know if you guys can see that, all the way down there. And that whole section here was all under the fish sanctuary, so nobody could fish it. So now that we're here, I am very, very hoping that there's going to be a lot of bass. Oh, that was one. A lot of bass and sturgeon too. I'm going to try to catch a couple sturgeon later. I brought a bunch of night crawlers with me today and my big catfish rod. Last year I was down here, I caught a 53 incher, so you really never know what's going to happen. My arms are just so gassed from all that paddling I just did. So I need to wait a little bit. My arms and my forearms, my hands, everything is so fatigued. I feel like I can't even fish right now. Oh, that one just hammered it. I'm gonna check my hook, make sure everything's still good. I'll actually walk down here so I can show you guys. So I'm gonna bring my pliers with me just in case. I can't even fish on the other outlet over here because the water's so high that the water that's jetting out of the dam, let's see, there's like huge swirling boiling water, and it's coming out the side here. And normally once this water goes down and slows down, a bunch of smallmouth bass will congregate up there because they can get up this little creek, and nobody can get over to where I am because, you know, it may not look like it, but that water is moving pretty fast. And it's not super deep, but that water is so fast, I don't care how strong a swimmer you are, you're gonna have a hard time getting through that. So I pretty much was in the calm stuff over there. I shot out in the middle of the river, paddled my way all the way up here, and then got to this little calm stretch next to the side. So I'm the only one over here, which is pretty nice, honestly. Worth it, I would say. The plan for the kayak coming down today, it was worth it. Now we just got to catch some big fish. So we're gonna head up a little bit more towards the front of the dam here, see if we can catch a couple more bass. Try right here, a couple casts. Somewhat be able to get up by the dam. Maybe if I like, let's see. Get up real quick. Maybe if I like grabbed onto that wall and like pulled myself all the way up there, then maybe. I don't know. Got one. One sitting right in that little pocket. And there it goes. Catch and release. These bass, because this water's moving so fast, these bass are going to be sitting in little pockets behind rocks, behind rock walls, ledges, anything you can barely see. And what I did just now is I just literally tossed this tube jig. There's like a little crevice right in the side of the concrete there. And I just somehow was able to get it to sink perfectly right where I wanted it to. And I twitched it once, and that bass was sitting right there. It came out and just smacked it. There we go. Man. It's probably going to be the key, honestly, to catching any fish today, is just finding those pockets. Yeah, because all this over here, this calm stuff, next to all this fast stuff, this is where all the fish are sitting. Just like I've always said in my other videos too, those predator fish, they are just sitting in the calm stuff because they're waiting for food, anything to come by, something small enough for them to eat, they're gonna hit it. So kind of almost thinking about throwing out a night crawler as well while I'm waiting, because I can just bounce tube jigs right here in the calm stuff and have something just sitting down there twirling in the current. I might have to do that. First things first, let's get a tube jig back on this pole. The last melon. Well, I'm probably gonna lose this one in the rocks almost immediately. But reason being is because it's heavier. It's gonna go right down into those rocks faster, get stuck a lot easier, and it's more difficult to pull it out of the rocks, especially when you have a bigger one that's like more wedged into in between like anything, pretty much. A log, branches underwater, rocks, everything pretty much. However, the payoff is it's a little bit bigger, it's a little bit easier for fish to see, and the likelihood of you getting a bite on it is probably higher, in my opinion. We're gonna put a little snap swivel on here. Whenever you're fishing current, you're using any kind of lure in current, these snap swivels could be the way to go for you. You just tie your line on here, and then this right here is a little snap, so like a little clip. This can clip onto basically any lure. I use these a lot in rivers because while you're fishing your normal like baits, rigs, anything that you use, your line is constantly twisting and curling in the current, and that makes your line go bad really fast when you fish in rivers like that because of that. But if you use one of these, you know, I can hold this clip stationary, and this swivel that's on here can spin infinitely, and your line won't get twisted. So this definitely, one of these little tiny things like this can save you so much line. But if you don't fish rivers that often, then you probably don't need to worry about not using a swivel too often. But I fish a lot of rivers, so I definitely use a lot of these snap swivels. Sometimes I'll just kind of be like, you know, screw it, I'll just tie it on. But yeah. Get rid of some of that dirt. And a big guy here. I know some of you guys don't want to see the night crawler being put on the hook, so I will try to keep that off the camera for you guys. Perfect. And we are just using my my Gander Mountain Coastal Series, I guess, 7-foot rod. This is what I used when I caught my sturgeon. This reel is very old, from my dad, Abu Garcia. It doesn't have a super great drag, but it does work. And luckily, I've only gotten backlash in this thing like twice, so fingers crossed. See what we can do with this. Okay, so what I'm gonna be doing is throwing in the soft spot here, calm. I don't want to throw it in the current because the current's so fast, so strong, it's just really gonna whip it down river, and then you're gonna get snagged. I mean, I'm probably gonna get snagged either way, but we're gonna cast in the calm stuff here because I got a feeling there's gonna be some fish sitting in here. There, flip that over. Nice thing about this kayak I have, it has pole holders in it. Literally holds my pole right here, so all I got to do is just wash it for taps. This is going to be a back and forth game here. I got a bite on that worm pole right away. Got him. What is that? Sheephead. That's a big sheephead. Huh. That's a big sheephead. We're gonna beach him. Not bad. All right, well, big sheephead there. Hooked him perfectly in the lip. I've always been taught that these are called sheephead. Some people call them drum. Yeah, I'm not too sure. But like I said, I always been taught to call them sheephead. Some people throw them in the woods. I think that's kind of messed up, so we're gonna let these guys go. I'm not gonna keep any of these guys. Oh, thanks, guy. Smallmouth bass and a sheephead, or drum, or whatever you want to call it. Heck yeah. There is other fish in there. Heck yeah. Alright, I don't know if I showed this yet, but the bottom rig I'm using is just a slip sinker, like I've said. Barrel swivel there, and then I have a regular hook down here with a worm on it. Nice thing about my kayak, like I was saying earlier, it's got pole holders. Which is pretty mint, not gonna lie. Okay, there's that. Back I sit. And I'm getting a bite. When I'm holding it, I don't get bites. When I'm not holding it, things going crazy. That is nuts. These nuts. All right. Dang, that fish nearly took my pole. I turned around for 2 seconds and that fish nearly stole my pole right off my kayak. That is some craziness. Like I said, there's probably so many bass just literally sitting right there. I'm gonna hold this thing for a second. Got him. Our smallmouth. This is what I'm talking about. Ones like this. Little guys, little babies. I bet there's like 50 to 100 of the little bass like that. Just sitting down there in the current, or out of the current there in the calm stuff. Just chilling. Need me another snap swivel. I got a lot of stuff going on right now. There's some other people on the other side of the river, and I actually paddled by quite a few guys on this side of the river as well on my way up. They were looking at me like I was crazy, but we here catching fish, so I'm cool with that. Now I'm putting on a Ned rig. It's just a Ned jig head is what it's called, a Ned. I don't know why it's called that, but it has like a flat head on it. Same thing as a regular jig head. And then this weird worm that comes with it. It does the same action as a tube jig pretty much. It's just a little lighter. There we go. Last cast of this guy, and then we're gonna go back to the night crawler here. Got something. Ooh, nice smallie, nice smallie. There we go. Ooh. This one's pretty decent. Let him tire itself out a little bit. Hooked him perfect. This one's not huge, but it's definitely a nice one. No shame in this one at all. Just set this down. Decent guy there. Out of here. All right, that's kind of all I wanted out of that, to be honest. But I will get that worm going again. Alright, we're actually gonna let out a little line here. Put that over. Set him back up. And there's a bite on it immediately. And I missed him. Excellent. Every time I set it down, get a bite. Right there, look at that. What is that? Ooh, it's a sucker. Looks like a white sucker. Little guy. Little baby white sucker. Really good musky bait, this guy. Hook him on whole. Catch yourself a big muskie on that guy. Alright, now that this worm is pretty much all gone. That was a crane. Sounds like a goddamn pterodactyl. Anyway, now that this pulls out a worm, we're gonna put a bottom rig on my other pole. Ooh, that crane is literally up in that tree screaming at me right now. He's pissed I'm in his fishing spot. Oh well. Let's do... Oh! A big fish just jumped right next to me. God damn. I need to rig up this pole quick. Your boy is smart, because he found this nifty little thing here at a garage sale a long time ago. And what it is it has a bunch of my bottom rigs pre-tied with a swivel. So all I gotta do is take it off here like so. And these are all nice and neat and not tangled. Toss them in there. And then all I gotta do is go into my tackle bag here. Grab me a slip sinker. And then tie this onto my main line and just put this on there before it. And that's it. Trying to make it a little easier for myself today. Alright, now we're gonna try this green with the gold fleck in it. See if that does anything, or if I just lose in a rock too, you know. See how hungry the rocks are today. Yeah, that crane is pissed at me. I'm in his lucky spot, that's why. He's up in a tree like, I don't know. Oh, there he goes. Yeah, he's mad. He's like, screw you, man. I would have thrown him a fish if he just came over here and hung out with me, you know? Let's go back to the night crawler for a minute. Now we have a little bit of a more manageable pole here. Should be able to feel the bites a little better and actually set the hook on them a little better. We'll see. Oh, a sucker just jumped. That was cool. Another little white sucker just jumped right in front of me. Well, yeah, like I said, when I'm not touching this pole, there's bites happening all over the place. But as soon as I pick it up, I'm holding it, nothing. Fish know. Fish smart. Another fish just hammering this up. Got him that time. Ooh, a sucker. White sucker, freaking out. This one's a little bigger than the last couple. Oh, there he goes. Out of here. There we go. Got something. Another nice smallmouth. Please don't throw my worm. Please don't throw my worm. Oh, he threw my worm. Decent one there. know how I wasn't catching more fish on those tube jigs, man. That's alright though. We're catching fish anyway, so I'm just happy with that. Oh, another fish just surfaced over there. Got him. Oh, he came off. No way. Dude, what? What is happening there? Are my knots coming in tight or what? Huh. Strange. That was a good fish too. Alright, all tied back up again here. Alright, this knot should be really good because I took extra care when I'm tying it, so. Got something. Another little baby smallmouth. Right in my face, splashed right in my eyeball. That fish straight up splashed his tail perfectly and launched water into my eye. So that's cool. But here we are. All right. If we lose one more hook on a fish or a rock or something like that, again, sucker, we're gonna have to move spots. This white sucker just flicked so much of my worm everywhere. I probably should have bought another box of worms, honestly. Could be in trouble up in here. Let that sit for a second. Got him. Another baby smallie. Well, the crazy thing is, sometimes when you catch smallmouth bass, you look in their mouth, he's got a whole crayfish in his mouth. So that's kind of what they're eating. Little baby guy there. That's okay. Got him. Another decent smallmouth. There we go. Nice smallmouth. That one had something messed up with his gill plate. All right. A little bit of a bite going on here. Got him. Another decent smallmouth here. Hooked him perfectly on the top of the roof of the mouth, so should be a quick and easy hook out here. Just like that. Nice smallmouth. Back he goes. All right. I love these little pole holders on my boat. Holds my pole for me. I don't have to do anything, and it makes it a lot easier to work around everything else, you know. I'm just happy to be out here catching fish today. That's awesome. Weekends are kind of my days off, so I would say you should expect most of my videos to be posted by Mondays. I'm gonna try to get out and fish every weekend possible. Try to make some content for you guys. So far, I haven't seen anybody else on the other side there really catching any fish. So I'm honestly a little iffy about going over there. I still could go over there today. And just if I do, I want to be able to film it. And I've already used up one of my batteries, so I don't want to go fish without being able to film it, because I feel like as soon as I stop filming, that's when I'm going to catch a big one. I feel like that's what's going to happen to me, so. Which I guess is fine, but I'd love to get something like that on video though. I'm really glad I had my phone with me the one day that I caught that big sturgeon, because that was crazy. Got him. Another smallmouth. Ooh, airborne. These little guys, whenever you hook them, they freak out. And if you're using night crawlers like I am, they will just fling that night crawler so fast back and forth because they're freaking out that you lose all your worm, even though the fish only took off a little bit. Like, see that? A little bit of worm in here still. Flicked off most of it. Yeah, a lot of crayfish and all these smallmouth I've been catching. Nice little one there. Maybe on the other side here, actually. There's some bites. Got him. Another sucker. Another white sucker. I do have my big pole. I could hook him on, but I think I'm not going to do that today. Just catching for fun today. Well, yeah, I could, but There we go. Another white sucker. Little guy. Yeet. think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use one box of worms so those worms are all gone. And then once I hit that point, I'm gonna be only fishing with the tube jig. And then if I really get sick and tired of that, then I'm probably gonna dip out of here. We'll see. Still got a lot of worms left in that first box. I bought 2 boxes just in case. But yeah. Kind of been periodically looking over at those people on the other side there. It looks like there's a family of 3 over there and then another kid over here on this side. So far, nothing super sizable, but that's okay. We're catching fish, so that's all that really matters. I'm cool with that. Got another decent smallmouth here. Pretty good one. Oh yeah. One of the better ones I've caught today. Let me just get the hook off here. It's not too bad. There she goes. All right, guys. Just caught a little baby red horse sucker, I believe. Very small one. Very vibrant tail. I don't know if you can tell. But a little different than the regular white suckers I've been catching. I can tell this one's a red horse because of the tail, but I just thought I'd show you guys that. All right, you guys. Well, we actually caught a pretty decent amount of fish on this side of the river over here. Because the water's so high, I can't really get up close enough to the dam to actually fish by it. The current's just too fast, too strong. What I'm gonna do though is on the other side of the river over here, I haven't even gone over there at all or checked it out. So I think what I'm gonna do is get back in my kayak here, paddle back to the car, load everything up, and just take a few poles with me when I go to the other side. Run down there, just check it out. Because from what I can see on this side, there looks to be a few, I don't know, a few pockets, few spots that I might be able to toss a few worms or a couple tube jigs in. Ultimately, I'm kind of just doing a scout, so I'm gonna go over there and check it out. But yeah, we'll see what we do. All right, finally down here by the river. That's where we were before, on that little finger over there in the middle. So now we're on this side. Try this out for a little while. See if maybe we can catch something bigger over here. There's one. This one's not bad. Decent little smallmouth there. look at that. It's a pretty decent fossil. All kinds of shells and stuff in that. It's pretty cool. There's one, little guy. All right, guys. Well, not as many bites on this side of the river, but river's going crazy right now. But thank you for joining me for another episode of Kayaking Me Fishing. We caught a pretty decent amount of fish today, so I'm pretty stoked on that. I hope the water goes down soon, because the next time the water goes down, at least, well, the water's up high about, I don't know, I'd say about 10 feet or so. If it goes down about 5-ish, I'd say the river is going to be a lot better to fish. But we'll see you guys in the next one.